Hello and welcome. I'm Suzanne Neufang, CEO of GBTA. Welcome to the GBTA broadcast studio. I am so glad to welcome to the broadcast studio Jan Toschka, who is the incoming president of Shell Aviation. Welcome to Orlando, welcome to GBTA. Why is Shell here?
Thanks, Suzanne. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for having me. I think that's a very good question. It's the first time we're here. We're basically here to talk sustainability. We are here to also demonstrate we are open to partnerships, to collaboration, to reach out to customers, potential future customers, because what we do strongly believe is the foreseeable future, if we want to get stronger out of the current situation and also greener, it requires different type of collaboration going forward. We need to benefit going forward. We need to still benefit from flying, meetings, face-to-face, and all of this requires a different approach coming back to corporate flying with more sustainability in mind. And that is very much in line with Shell's ambition to become net zero emission company by 2050.
So this specific industry, what can we do when it comes to overcoming the challenges of sustainability in aviation?
That's top relevant that we discuss this. It is about collaboration. There are different lead times in different parts of the world, different regulations, different investment uncertainties, and all of this. If we do collaborate from the very beginning of the supply chain, as an energy supplier I'm saying this, down towards the customer, the receiving side, if we cooperate well, then we can overcome those challenges in terms of uncertainty for investment, in terms of planning demand, in terms of providing better, more sustainable products going forward. So this is why we're here. This element of partnering, collaborating is new, and this is where the business can really make a big difference.
So can businesses really make a difference? What can they, for example, make a decision about that would impact their ability to decarbonize this sector?
Think about how much money is spent every year, and you know this much better than I do, I guess, how much money every year is spent on corporate travel. You see this as an expense for the companies, which is fair enough, it is an expense, but at the same time it's also buying power, it is influencing power, it is steering us, the supplier, not only the fuel supplier, also hotels, all the entire industry involved, steering us towards better solutions, towards greener solutions. So, and in particular, because most of the corporates by now also expressed and articulated very clearly their ambitions, how they want to decarbonize, that together gives us the influence from your industry, from the corporate business industry, helping us to decarbonize together.
So becoming organized helps you as well. So are there specific steps that they can take which could cut emissions from their perspective within their corporate travel programs?
Yeah, very actually similar to many industries. There are typically 3 steps. There is to avoid CO2, avoid greenhouse gases altogether, to reduce them, and then if both of the first don't work, then it's to offset them. I think just for the avoiding, once you've made the decision to travel, then also when you fly, you can still choose the operator with the latest state-of-the-art technology, equipment, aircraft. You can avoid stopovers, you can fly direct, bits and pieces you can do there. But I do admit, avoiding right now, we won't be having electrification or hydrogen for a long time, so avoiding is not so easy. In terms of reducing, there is sustainable aviation fuel, so that's a new fuel which will reduce greenhouse gases, or CO2 specifically, by 80%. That is something we will see more and more coming, so that's an element of reducing CO2 footprint. And then offsetting, there is a range of high quality carbon credits. There are projects actively supporting forestation or preventing deforestation. So for the time being, carbon credits, I should say high quality carbon credits, that's also something the industry can do by now.
So something that I know we'll be talking about here at convention is the sustainable aviation fuel. That is certainly a big piece of what you just mentioned. Why is that in particular so important in this journey?
That is, I love that question, because that is really the top question. I was in a conference this morning, in a conversation this morning, and it's not only us as Shell, we like to talk about this, but generally speaking, it's all over the news now. SAF, the sustainable aviation fuel, is produced out of biomass, out of waste, municipality waste, renewables basically. So the carbon which is taken is out of renewables, and so it means that the carbon is already in the atmosphere. It gets cycled, it gets burnt again in the airplane, but it stays in the same atmosphere. No new carbon comes above the surface. So this is why it has roughly 80% less CO2 emissions than the conventional jet, so that's really good. Secondly, it's a drop-in replacement, so you just drop it into the plane, you use it, no technical...
But it's the same pipeline, the supply pipeline,
it's the
and
same,
the same plane.
It could come out of the same tank, same pipe, into the same plane. You don't need to do any adjustments, so that's basically the easiest way to just replace one product and save 80% of carbon emissions, which is wonderful.
Okay. I think that all sounds wonderful. We'd like it tomorrow. Why don't we have enough today? What are your challenges?
Yeah, that is, if something is wonderful, then it's typically also kind of the other side of the coin. The truth is, there is just not enough. The truth is, it is relatively expensive. And this gets me back to the first point of collaborating between the various industries. We need more certainty to invest smarter, not only us, the entire industry. For that, you need more certainty, I should say, the customer need more certainty, how much is available, where, what cost. Currently, the prices are 2 to 8 times more expensive than conventional product, and the overall amount of produced is less than 1%, less than 1% of the conventional jet. Now, that sounds all very sobering in a way, but I'd like to also say Shell has made a big investment, many investments in fact. In totality, we will be producing 2 million tons of SAF by 2025 every year. 2 million tons, just to put things in perspective, that's roughly 10 times the amount of SAF currently, as we sit here today, available. So 10 times the amount, and it's still not enough, but it's a big step towards the right direction.
Certainly promising. We'll have so much more to talk about tomorrow. So this is a warm-up. I just want to thank you very much for being with us, Jan, and we'll see you on the big stage tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everybody for listening with us, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.